My name is Maddie Kuehn. I'm here to share my testimony. A few words that I can think of to describe God are grace, love, and comfort. When I think about the Lord and when I think about what He has and what He continues to do, the only word I can think of is grace. It is by His grace alone. Growing up, my family went to church occasionally on holidays. I grew up knowing of a God, but not really knowing anything about Him, His love, or His boundless grace. When I was 16, my earthly father decided to leave my life without any warning. Abandoning his responsibilities, as well as his family, I became depressed, considering I trusted him and looked up to him. At my lowest point in high school, I remember crying out, "God help me, God save me from this sadness." I didn't want to be alive. I thought that the pain of losing someone so close to me was way too much to carry around. But little did I know that I didn't have to carry those burdens. Not knowing anything about His Christ or about His love, I cried out to Him. I cried out for Him to help get me through this. It wasn't until my freshman year of college where I met my now best friend Maddie, who invited me to our church. And from there, I had given my life to Christ and was able to lay all of those heavy burdens down at His feet. I became a part of a Christian fellowship on campus that really encouraged me to mature spiritually. I could go on and on about the people I met, the people who God used to guide me, the friends I made, and the challenges I faced living in a secular world on a secular campus. It was there that I met Pastor Kuehn and was led to Redemption Church. He appeared in my life at a time where I was in desperate need of a place for worship and fellowship with like-minded Christians. There I found comfort. I found my family. Christ is all, and I'm eternally grateful that God continues to work in our church to serve those who are hungry, to love those who are lonely, to pray for those who are hurting, and to worship an everlasting, gracious God. The Lord's grace for me and for those around the world continues to amaze me every day. The fact that He left the 99 to find me, to save me, and to love me. For the longest time, I really struggled with the idea of having a dad who doesn't love me and doesn't want to be a part of my life. It really took God's provision for me to understand that my Father is in heaven, that I can call His name and He will listen, that I can trust Him in His plan, and that I can rely on a God who never has and who never will fail. The world will fail you, and if you're putting your trust in humans and in the world, you will be let down. And a verse that I'm reminded of is Colossians 3:2. It reminds us to set your minds on things that are above, not on things that are on earth. And on top of everything, the Lord answers prayers. And being placed in the field of nursing, I have been able to share His good news. God has used me to encourage others and to pray for those who are hungry for the gospel. Looking back on the past 3 years, I don't even recognize the person I was. Hearing other people's stories and seeing those transformed in Christ, how can you not trust that He has done the same for you? A verse that has uplifted me throughout my walk with Jesus, Proverbs 3 verses 5 through 6, which is, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart and do not lean on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge Him and He will make straight your paths." So I encourage anyone listening to this who may feel lost or alone to open up the Bible. There lies truth, wisdom, and hope for the Christian. Lean on Him because there is boundless grace, love, and comfort in His arms. My hope is built on Jesus, and I am free from the chains that once bound me.